YouTube is one of the biggest, most trafficked engines on the world, which means people are searching every day. And yet, a lot of companies who play in the B2B space don't use YouTube yet or don't use it particularly effectively. So, I'm super excited to welcome our guest today on Amplify Your Marketing Message. We're going to be sitting down with Edie Clarke, who is a video strategist, really, who plays in the space of YouTube. We're super excited to have you on our show today. Welcome, Edie.
Thank you, Christine. It's a pleasure to be here.
I appreciate you. So, talk to us a little bit about how do you craft a strategy as a business owner on the YouTube platform to actually see success? Let's talk to a little bit about that to start with.
Yeah, it's really important that you follow a framework. And most businesses have some sort of a framework for their business or for the content that they're creating. And the framework that's best for YouTube is first to have clarity, to really understand what it is that you want to do on the platform and who you're creating that content for. And then the next is to make sure that you have a plan and you understand exactly how you're going to create that content. And then the last is, what do you need to do in order to grow your presence on YouTube? Unfortunately, a lot of people assume that they just have to upload the videos to YouTube and somehow YouTube is magically going to spray some sprinkle dust on it and go viral for you. And that's not how it works. So there's elements to all three of those pillars and areas that you need to make sure that you're clear on, that you understand that you do in order to get the approved, or not approved, but in order for you to get the visibility that you desire.
I'm so glad you said that, because in sprinkling and hoping that the unicorns just arrive in your field is dangerous. I
Yes.
call it the Kevin Costner Field of Dreams business strategy.
Yeah.
I'll build it, they will come. It
And
doesn't happen offline, and it doesn't happen in the land of YouTube either.
no,
So I
no,
love that you're honest with that, because it
yeah.
is one of the biggest missed expectations. And the second one I want to lead that to, because it's something I think is true, is should people be creating content specific for YouTube, or is it fine to just take everything else you've already used and put it onto this platform? What are your thoughts on that?
YouTube is like every other platform. If anyone has really followed what the gurus say, each platform is unique to itself. It has its own set of followers. The different types of people that follow those various platforms do it for a different reason than they would on another platform. And so you really do need to cater your content to the platform that you're going to be posting on. And YouTube is no different than that. I've known people and I've had clients come to me and say, well, I have such success with these videos. I post them in my Facebook group and everybody watches them and they get so much engagement. And I took those videos and put them on YouTube and I'm getting crickets. Nothing is happening. And it's because it was not created specifically for the platform of YouTube. The first thing that you have to constantly remember is that YouTube is a search engine. So therefore, the way that people come in contact with your content is through actively searching for it, or because YouTube has seen that there's been a lot of interest in your content and they've therefore suggested it alongside other videos that you've been watching. So if you're not careful about making sure that A, the content is actually what your audience wants to see and is actively going to be looking for it, and B, that it has the keywords that it needs to in the title and in particular on the thumbnail so that it can actually get found in search, then you're not going to have the success that you desire on YouTube.
I think this is fantastic, because I think we know this instinctively, but we miss it because it's probably so obvious that we just don't occur to it.
Mhm.
YouTube is a search engine first and foremost.
Right.
So one of the things I know when you and I had first connected that I thought was so impressive was, this recognition that when you are a business owner who's saying it is hard to find clients, the furthest truth to that is that YouTube, Pinterest, and Google are used every day for people to find a solution. The real gap exists in that what they're searching for isn't the language, it isn't the words, it isn't something that's obvious. to connect the dots.
Mhm.
So I want to talk a little bit about something you said there, because there was an element that I think I could learn from you right now.
Mhm.
And that's the question of, talk to us about the thumbnail and the importance of the thumbnail, because you've learned this through own trial and error. So talk to us a little bit about that journey and how do we actually get this right?
Yeah. The reality is that we are very visual people. And the vast majority of us, I shouldn't say everyone is, but I think the stat is somewhere in the neighborhood of 65% of us are visual people. So you need to have a thumbnail that's going to be attention grabbing, that's going to stop the scroll so that your video will get spotlighted. Now, YouTube, I'm going to just say this as a side note, is experimenting with a preview for a number of seconds, or actually even longer than that, instead of really focusing on the thumbnail. But the thumbnail still is a primary focus right now in order for you to get found. So if you create an attractive, eye-catching thumbnail that has words in it, you cannot put a whole lot of words in it. It's probably roughly around 4 to 5 words in your title. It does not have to match exactly the title of your video, but it has to have something that will at least lead them to understand what the video is about. Everything that you're doing from your title to your thumbnail is to lure that person to say, yes, pick me, click on me, click on me. So you really need to make sure that you're creating a thumbnail that is attractive, that is going to catch their eye, and that is going to quickly and easily convey to the viewer that this video is going to answer their problem.
I did not know that they had to be not identical. So this is fabulous. I
Yeah.
love learning
Yeah.
through this.
Mhm.
And I'm going to take note of that, because that might be an opportunity right there in itself to be a really big nugget for our audience. I'm curious when you talk about this, because I think one thing I hear that you said, and I want to linger on it because I think it's true, is
Mm.
each video needs to address a specific thing. And I think sometimes when we look at YouTube, we get interested in it because it is a longer form of content,
Mhm.
or it has a platform that has traditionally been longer form
Right.
versus other things like Instagram or TikTok, which are short form
Mhm.
content. The natural thing that we lead to is then let's put it all into one video.
Right.
And that really may answer more than one thing. What are your thoughts on length, on keeping it short and tight, or how do you recommend when you're working with your clients to get the curiosity to the watched content?
At the end of the day, it really is up to the client to, I'm a huge fan of experimenting, and I recommend that to my clients. So when it comes to length, the truth is the video needs to be as long as it needs to be. And I know that that's not really an answer, but the reality is that you actually are rewarded if you have longer form content, if your videos are longer and your audience is watching them for longer periods of time. So if you need to post a 20-minute video, because in that 20-minute video, you're really dissecting an instruction, whether it's a tutorial video or if you're conveying some sort of information that's informative and helpful to the viewer, and it's 20 minutes long, then it needs to be 20 minutes long. But don't create a 20-minute long video just because you think that it's going to benefit you in the long run, because they don't penalize you for longer form videos. If that 20-minute video turns out to be good for a minute and then it's snoozeville for the rest of it, that actually hurts you. So you don't want to do that in that instance. But I also want to remember or remind you that YouTube now also can offer opportunities for short form in the form of shorts. And those are videos that are vertical, and you can post them anywhere up to 60 seconds long. So if you just want to test the waters a bit with YouTube, and you just want to do and focus on, do that. Means focus on the short form and do shorts where you're able to do really quick 1-minute bites of information, or even shorter than that. They don't even have to be a minute long. They could be 15 seconds long. And I would, regardless, experiment with both the shorts, and I would also experiment with the longer form. But the key thing is to not focus on oh, I have to make sure that this is X number of minutes long. That's not. Whatever the length is for the information that is crucial and important for your audience to know is how long that video needs to be.
I think that's fabulous because I think we often think it has to be one thing. And
Right.
what I'm hearing from you really clearly is solve the problem. And I think that the key thing is you need to create your audience
Mhm.
regardless of your platform. And
Yes.
if your audience is loving what you're doing, more of it is a good thing. Do
Yep.
you recommend or have some thoughts on the frequency of posting on this platform?
The recommended advice is once a week at least. For some people, that might be a daunting task. I would, again, experiment with trying to do that in the way that you can achieve that with it not taking up every moment of your day is to bulk or batch record. And therefore, you can get a month's worth of videos done maybe in full filming. You can certainly get that done in a day. And then if you have somebody to outsource your editing to, you can do that. Or if you're going to be the editor, however long it normally takes you to edit, just sort of put that in as well. So maybe it might take you maybe 3 or 4 days in order to edit 4 videos. And then you would have in 1 week, 1 month's worth of videos. And you could do that every 3 weeks. So if you want to try that, I've done that in the past, I think from 2019 through to 2021, the beginning of 2021, I consistently posted every single week. And I'll tell you this, your channel's going to grow. It's going to get a lot of views. But it is exhausting. That's a schedule that it's kind of tough
Committed
for some
to.
people. Yeah, it's kind of tough. But I will say this, I have switched now to roughly about a monthly schedule where I'm doing one a month. And the only thing that has changed is my subscribers have slowed. I've not gotten subscribers, but I'm not getting them as quickly or as often because I'm not putting out enough content. So at the end of the day, it's what is your goal? If your goal is to have an enormous channel, then the more you post, the better it's going to be for you. If your goal is you need to use this as an option for you to be able to attract clients that or potential clients that would be interested in your services or interested in your products for that matter, then you need to really investigate how often is your audience interested in seeing and learning from you. Because there's two audiences that you have to think about. There's going to be the subscribers who are basically like, we're fans of Netflix and Hulu and those things. So obviously we're always checking to see if there's
Question.
new content that's come out. Or is it people that are strictly coming in because they have a problem and they want to solve that problem? And I have content that I created years and years and years ago that people are still viewing and commenting on, which is another perk about YouTube. So you really need to have a clear understanding of who your audience is and what are their needs. And from there, you could determine whether weekly is necessary or maybe even weekly for a period of time. And then you switch to every other week or every month. That is totally up to you, but your channel will grow. It just won't grow as quickly.
There was something you said that was really important in the last comment, and I think it's recognizing that people might view your content in any random order that you did not chart out. And that it is important to I think see the evolution, particularly when you're in the
Mhm.
business space and you're attracting other business owners, or you're a service-based business, which is who we serve in my
Right.
business, because
Mhm.
they're wanting to see the evolution that you are taking. And so old content can be kind of kitsch, kind of interesting,
Right.
but you need to recognize, I think what I heard, and I want to check if this is true, is each episode needs to be standalone because it is a bite-sized content that they may then jump into a completely different content piece looking at what else is on your feed. Is that fair?
It's fair, but it doesn't necessarily, at the end of the day, again, it's all based on the individual YouTuber. So you can have some content that will be sequential, that will be a series, maybe a series of 3 or 4 videos where it should be watched in that order. But if they're watched out of order, it shouldn't like throw the person completely off. Or you can have just random bits of videos. When I first started my channel, I did not do things the traditional way because I didn't understand exactly how to use YouTube, and I wasn't following some guru or, someone that I had paid to train me. So I was really just going onto YouTube, seeing what was going on, knew that it was kind of sort of in my niche, and I'd say, okay, I'll do a video like that. And so I had videos that were on how to do technical things on Facebook, how to use YouTube, how to create a video. I was kind of, it was a hodgepodge, if you will, but they all equally got a lot of views. So it really, at the end of the day, is about what is it that you're an expert on, is in your niche, and what are your clients and your prospects and your viewers, what do they want to see? And ask them. See if you can find out from them what kind of content might be missing that you could provide. And if you can do a series on it, by all means, do a series, because that definitely does create and encourage binge watching, which is rewarded by YouTube.
I love that. And I think one of the things that's really important, and it takes on something we talked on earlier, is what are you solving for?
Mm-hmm.
And remember that the keywords are important, the thumbnail is important, get to the point quickly. You're wanting to, recognize this is somewhat of an entertainment platform, but the how-to videos are the ones that are the most driven too,
Yes.
and it solves the problem. So there's some amazing nuggets here. You, of course, have taken your own journey into the world of YouTube. It's been now a foundation, is what you actually mentor and coach on. So tell us what's working for YouTube in your business right now as someone who is creating a business around helping people in that platform.
Yes.
This is your amplify what's working now.
Well, I am falling in love with anything and everything AI. And there are some controversies with some people with regards to it, particularly when it comes to content creating and content marketing. But I have found an easy way for me to create my videos, because some YouTubers that you're looking at are doing really elaborate productions when they create their videos. I'm a firm believer in using what you have. So a lot of us have smartphones, and pretty much since COVID, everybody has a web camera. And with those two cameras and then some added lights, or at least some light source from a window or wherever it is that you might be, and a good microphone, you can create videos that are high quality and that are going to be beneficial to your audience on YouTube. So a tool that I love to use, and I'm a huge fan of just all things tools, is a tool called Big View. And I love using Big View because it allows me to effortlessly create my script, post it in their platform, and on my phone be able to read the teleprompter as I'm recording my video at the same time. So I don't need to have a lot of extra equipment. I just have my tripod, my smartphone, the app on my phone, and I'm able to record my videos very quickly, very easily, and very effortlessly. This tool also allows you to, if you want, to edit within it. I don't use it to edit, but it does allow that. And recently, they've now added a feature where you can actually use the AI writer to write your script. So you don't even have to do anything outside in Word or some other tool to write your script. You can actually come into Big View. They allow you to create your script on their desktop, and then it gets automatically sent to your smartphone, and then you just have to sit down and record it. So you can have multiple videos, scripts in your phone, and then just keep hitting record and just record all of your videos all at once. That saved me so much time. I can't even tell you. That has been a game changer in my business for sure.
I can't wait now. And now I've got a good tool I'm going to be researching for the next little while and reaching out to you saying, explain how I do this. And I love it, because this is the truth. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this show and serving our audience is, time is our most valuable thing. We all want to build our audience. We've got to get the language right. The thumbnail tip was amazing. I'm going to linger in that for sure. And then use tools to speed up the process.
Yes.
As a business owner, you need to be recognizing what are the new tools that you can use to create speed. And speed, of course, helps us get back focused on serving our clients and creating more impact. Edie, it has been absolutely amazing having you as our guest. Where do people find you to learn more about what your services are?
I am obviously on YouTube. My handle is @virtually in sync. And I'm also on LinkedIn. Again, my handle over there is Virtually in Sync. And you can catch me at my email, or not my email, my website at edieclarke.com if you want to learn more about me.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been amazing. I think YouTube is going to be one of the most exciting platforms to play in. It is got so much amazing tools, resources, and if you're a B2B player, I want you to know this is the year to get friendly with YouTube and to work with great people like Edie on your journey. This is about creating impact so that you can serve more clients. It has been an absolute pleasure. We will see you guys on our next episode.